Because even, yes, Floyd didn't have the punching power Gervonta had, but even if Gervonta lands, I don't see him hurting Jake to the point he knocks him out.
This shit, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah.
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
Maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
Oh, he's so small.
So small.
All right, guys, let's get into it. The fight world has been buzzing with one insane idea: Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. Now listen up. This isn't just hype. This is madness. Jake, a YouTuber turned fighter, believes he can outshine one of boxing's most feared knockout artists. But before we dive deep, let's get one thing straight. This isn't your typical fight story. This is controversy on steroids. The first problem? Weight. Tank fights at lightweight, 135 pounds. Jake Paul? He's walking around close to cruiserweight, around 200. That's a canyon-sized gap. The boxing commission wouldn't even sanction this mismatch. So Jake, desperate to make it happen, started pushing ideas, saying he'd drain himself down to 147. But let's be real, cutting nearly 50 pounds for a fight. That's not bravery, that's straight up reckless.
There's no way in hell this fight was ever going to happen. And the fact that y'all believed it, I don't know, you're stupid. So Rick Thompson, chairman of the Georgia Athletic Commission, told USA Today Sports that Paul's promotion company withdrew its request for permits and a rule waiver, citing the 65-pound weight difference between the fighters. The Rick Thompson guy straight up said they've been promoting something they should not have been. Come on, guys, like, use your brains. Y'all boxing fans, you understand this. This fight was never going to happen. This is the article from USA Today. It says the status of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis under scrutiny because of the weight discrepancy between the two fighters. Rick Thompson is coming out and saying this stuff because he said he believes it's in the public's best interest to know that they've been promoting something they should not have been. Communications director for the Office of the Secretary of State told USA Today Sports the event will not be happening. But funny enough, tickets are still available. You could still purchase them online. And the fight is still listed on the State Farm Arena event.
But here's where it gets even crazier. Jake Paul doesn't just want to fight, he wants to fight on his own terms. He was eyeing Georgia as a location, while Tank's camp wanted Miami. Why does it matter? Because every state commission has different rules, different politics, and different levels of strictness. This became more than a fight. It became a chess game of venues, leverage, and who controls the narrative.
Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul both let everybody know that the location for their exhibition fight has changed from Atlanta to Florida. And let me tell you, it wasn't because Jake Paul just woke up in the morning and decided that he was going to change the venue. No, it was because of politics once again getting in the way of a Gervonta Davis fight. The amount of times that local small politicians play around with Gervonta Davis and Gervonta Davis's fights is at the point of being ridiculous right now. There is no way without coercion that this many venues, that Gervonta Davis has this many problems with venues. But this time, it wasn't a problem with the venue. It was a problem with the state of Georgia. Now, before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of the videos like this. It's a little $ by a comment. And thank you to my guy that did it yesterday with the big $5 holler. Thank you so much, man. I'll thank you directly in the video. But let's get to this because I'm sick of this, man. Every single solitary time, well, over the last 2 years, pretty much, and I'm saying this because I believe this to be true, pretty much since Gervonta Davis started having an argument with Turkey Alish.
Now, analysts are split down the middle. Some say this is a circus, a money grab. Others believe Jake deserves credit for even calling out someone like Tank. Chael Sonnen, never shy to stir the pot, came out swinging in Jake's defense, arguing that people mocked him before, yet he still proved them wrong in the ring. Love him or hate him, Jake Paul forces boxing purists to pay attention.
What does Gervonta Davis?
Whoa, hold on. I gotta respond.
That's what I want, Chris. Go ahead.
I didn't even get to talk.
Please.
So, what has he done for the sport? I mean, manufactured or not, he went out there and he performed and he got knockouts and people tuned in. Boxing fans tuned in. And you can talk about that shoe fight and that shoe. They're not boxing fans. Gervonta Davis sold pay-per-views to boxing fans. And he got boxing fans to come to fights, which is so needed. Desperately needed.
They marketed him that way. You can market anybody. You can market it that way. You can market it that way. And champ, you should know better because you and I were very marketable and never got any marketing except as opponents for high-level fighters. And you should know that. They talk about great white hypes and all this other stuff. No, that's absolutely not true. They manufacture what they want to manufacture. Shakur Stevenson can be marketable. He's not ghetto enough. Andre Ward was very marketable. He's not ghetto enough. Why do black fighters only get marketed when they're quote-unquote ghetto, when there's class guys who you can market as great examples? Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Yeah, I'm saying it. People complain because I'm too real, and I'm going to be honest. Why could Ray Leonard be manufactured as a... I don't even want to use the word manufactured because Ray Leonard actually was legit.
Great fighter.
But Ray Leonard promoted as the class guy, and it worked. Why could you do it back then, but now you can't do it? Andre Ward was gold medalist the same way, class, could speak, mature, poised, could fight his ass off. Why didn't you market him the way you marketed Ray Leonard? What happened between 1976 and 2004? Why are you marketing Why are you marketing only Thug Life? Why? And I'm not saying, okay, I wasn't a part of this because I was a big fan of the hip-hop gangster rap generation and all this other stuff. But as a 44-year-old, you start to realize the concept of the entire scope of things. Why are you not marketing guys like Shakur Stevenson more? Why are you marketing this guy who doesn't want any of the smoke? Shakur has wanted all the smoke. This guy doesn't want any of the smoke.
But let's not sugarcoat it. Most experts think Jake's biting off way more than he can chew. Chris Algieri, a former world champ, straight up said Tank would walk through Jake. Sean Porter echoed the same, claiming Jake doesn't understand the levels of skill he's up against. To them, Jake's confidence isn't bravery, it's delusion. And in boxing, delusion can get you badly hurt, real quick. Still, Jake Paul knows one thing better than anyone: marketing. Every time his name is attached to a fight, the internet catches fire. Pay-per-view numbers skyrocket. Casual fans, who wouldn't even glance at traditional boxing, suddenly can't look away. That's the Jake Paul effect. The problem? Real fighters see it as a slap in the face. Years of grinding get overshadowed by a YouTuber chasing clicks and chaos. 6 to 7 o'clock. And let's not forget Tank Davis himself. This is a man with knockout power that terrifies even seasoned pros. One punch from Tank can change a career or end it. The thought of Jake Paul, who's been fighting retired MMA fighters and fringe boxers, standing across from Tank. That's not just unlikely. That's a death wish. Tank's reputation is built on destruction, and Jake's boldness might just put him on the chopping block. 7 to 8 o'clock. Dana White even chimed in, calling most of these crossover fights a joke, built for spectacle, not sport. But here's the twist: spectacle sells. And in today's world, money talks louder than rankings. Whether it's good for boxing or not, Jake Paul dragging Tank Davis into headlines forces the sport to confront its own identity. Is it pure competition, or is it entertainment first and fighting second? 8 to 9 o'clock. The fans are torn. Hardcore boxing purists say this fight shouldn't even be considered, it disrespects the sport. But casual fans? They're eating it up. Social media explodes every time Jake mentions Tank's name. And that's the secret, the drama, the chaos, the controversy, it's fuel. Whether the fight happens or not, Jake's mission is already complete. He's in every headline, and Tank's legacy is dragged into his circus. 9 to 10 o'clock. So, what's the verdict? Alright guys, here's the bottom line. If Jake Paul ever steps into the ring with Gervonta Davis, it won't just be a fight, it'll be a spectacle that redefines what boxing even means. It'll be hype versus heritage, circus versus craft, chaos versus precision. Love him or hate him, Jake Paul knows exactly what he's doing, keeping his name on your lips, and the boxing world on edge.